Hello everyone, this is Tony Mori. Join me on my visit to MacRostie Winery and Vineyards. MacRostie Winery and Vineyards in Sonoma was established in 1987 by veteran winemaker Steve MacRostie, who had over 30 years' experience in winemaking and selling. Besides purchasing grapes from small wine farmers in Southern Sonoma Valley and the Sonoma Coast, MacRostie Winery also co-owns a 50-acre vineyard called Wild Cat Mountain Vineyard between Carneros and the Sonoma Coast, and exclusively produces Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. MacRostie produces approximately 25,000 cases per year. Let's hear more about MacRostie Winery and Vineyards from owner Steve MacRostie and winemaker Kevin Holt.
MacRostie Winery and Vineyards was established in 1987. I have been in the business of making wine and selling wine for over 30 years total now, and have had this business now for 23 years. We specialize in Carneros, Chardonnay, and Pinot Noir, and we are also engaged in making Sonoma Coast Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. So we are specialists in those two varieties in the southern part of Sonoma County here in Northern California, north of San Francisco. We purchase grapes from a handful of small growers here in the Southern Sonoma Valley and other parts of Sonoma Coast. And we also I personally co-own a vineyard called Wild Cat Mountain. Wild Cat Mountain Vineyard is located on the ridge between Sonoma and Petaluma, here in the Southern Sonoma Valley at the north end of San Francisco Bay. That is 50 acres dedicated mostly to Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. Interesting site on a ridgetop location, strongly influenced by the coastal breezes. It sits close to the Sonoma Coast as well. And our total production these days is about 25,000 cases of wine.
Yeah, I believe that the single most important thing in making quality wine is having quality grapes to work with. We spend a lot of time worrying about fancy winemaking equipment, fancy winemaking techniques, but fundamentally the most important thing is the quality of the grapes that come in the door. That's at least 90% of what's in any bottle of wine is the flavors that are in the grapes. If you don't have good grapes, you can't make good wine. So fundamentally, I think great wine is made in the vineyard. Once we do have those good grapes in the door, then we treat them very gently, pay close attention to the entire process. We make sure we use the best yeast, the best barrels, give the wines everything that they need to become as good as they can possibly be. But as I said, it's largely having good fruit. I'm mostly just staying on top of the flow of things through the winery, and until we get to blending time in the spring, when, of course, that's another really important aspect, is figuring out the best way to put the wines together. But those are really the two most important factors. My job as a winemaker is blending in springtime, and then at harvest time is deciding picking dates, making sure we get the fruit at the optimal condition. The two wines that we focus on primarily here at MacRostie are our Sonoma Coast Chardonnay, which is this one right here. This is a blend of multiple vineyards, including our own. And then the second wine, the red wine, is our Carneros Pinot Noir. Also a blend of multiple vineyards. Both of these wines are made from fruit grown in the immediate vicinity. None of our vineyards is more than about 20 miles from here. Everything is close by, so we can monitor very closely during the growing season. Chardonnay is very specifically made in what I would call a middle-of-the-road style. This is a Chardonnay basically that we feel is a crowd pleaser. Almost everybody will find something to like about this wine. It is rich and full and intense enough to please the people that like the fuller, more oaky style of California Chardonnay, but at the same time, it's light and elegant and fruit forward enough that people that gravitate towards the more stainless style also like it. It really, I've almost never poured this for anybody and not had them say, wow, this is really good Chardonnay. So the Pinot Noir, on the other hand, is as full and rich as I can make Pinot without going beyond essential Pinot Noir character. It seems in the modern world in California, everybody wants to make red wines bigger, bolder, darker, more intense, more rich. The style pendulum has kind of swung that way. And I do everything I can to make Pinot Noir have a lot of impact, a lot of flavor intensity, a lot of what I would call the wow factor, the thing that makes people, have a taste and go, ooh, that's really good. I want to have more of that. If you push it too hard, you end up making a big, rich red wine, but it loses its essential Pinot Noir character. It loses those beautiful, bright cherry fruit aromatics and the beautiful spice that it has. It really needs to be, again, bold and rich, but still an elegant, restrained wine. And again, we try to make that happen.
Hello, my name is Steve MacRostie, and I am the proprietor of MacRostie Winery and Vineyards here in Sonoma, California, about an hour north of San Francisco. We cordially invite you to visit our winery. We are open by appointment here in the town of Sonoma, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 9 and 4. And we also are open to the public without an appointment on Saturdays, 11 to 4:30.
I hope you enjoyed MacRostie Winery and Vineyards with its view overlooking Sonoma Valley. I'll see you guys next time.